back in this thing, man. It's your boy Beano, aka Emerald Thoughts. We're gonna be exposing the people we need to expose. Again, we back at it. Going at these Hollywood nasties, the pedos of Hollywood, the nasty rooms of Hollywood. We diving back into it. On today's docket, as y'all seen, we got Ellen Degenerate. I know I'm not saying her name right. No, I didn't spell it right. Obviously, pun intended. And Justin, can I come off something with the hip real quick? Justin Weirdo. Shit, I couldn't come up with nothing that rhymes off the hip, but what's good? What's good? We back in this thing. It's your boy Beanie, aka Emerald Thoughts. We got some nasty people on the docket for this video. We're gonna be talking about Ellen Degenerate, along with some Justin Bieber, getting a little, little, what do you call it when you're not even involved, but you're getting hit too. You're gonna get some straight bullets as well. Cause he ended up being in here, and I forgot about that yummy situation. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. We're gonna talk about Anne, I think her name Anne Hatch. She used to be an old actress that's coming out and trying to basically talk about Ellen and a lot of these different things that's been going on around her, and I guess a possible like murder attempt or something like that. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty insane. Like I seen recently, it's like, bro, once you have these narratives around you, and it's a bunch of different narratives from a bunch of different people that's been around for years, at some point people have to start believing them. I'm not just talking about Ellen. Yes, she should be in that box to a degree. I'm just talking about Hollywood, bro. If we need any more convincing on how nasty people in Hollywood are willing to move and how they move, I don't know how much more proof you need, man. If this was like friends, or this was like people at your job, or like say you was in high school and these are like a clique or some people in school, and you hear about these rumors and you keep hearing about these rumors, at some point people gonna start believing them, especially when you getting different examples that's pretty similar. You got pictures of these people even taking suggestive type pictures or suggestive type things. Like when you start seeing people move a certain type of way out in the open, where they don't even hide it anymore. And then that's also matching some of the narratives that we've seen before. For instance, Doja Cat. I know this is a long intro. For instance, Doja Cat. She got the demonic shit. Of course we know they're demonic, but why is the kid toys on the ground? It's like this shit be playing into, they be playing into it. We see Balenciaga. Why y'all got all this like sexual type stuff around teddy bears and shit like that, which are not only like synonymous with kids. And I think Balenciaga or somebody else been doing that shit for a long ass time. That wasn't just the first time they did that. That's just the first time they really got caught in the public. Like, so like I said, when I see these type of movements, and I think Hollywood, all them industries all the same, like media, all them industries all the same. They all merge. They all do the same shit. All have some of the similar beliefs. So when I see this type of stuff, like I said, I don't know how you can't believe no more. But let's get into it.
Like I said, she didn't seem impaired to me.
H was seen speeding and
I didn't even understand how things were sculpted. I did not understand how things were manipulated. I was a youngin', yet I'm no longer a youngin'. Ooh. Want to start over?
Now her ex, Ellen DeGeneres, is calling it a sad day.
Why do you think she tried to put me in an institution, folks?
more details about the moment. Moments leading up to Friday's fiery crash involving actress Anne Heche. New surveillance video shows Heche barreling through an alleyway, nearly hitting a pedestrian. A business owner in Venice also telling us the actress visited his store moments before the crash. Richard Glass says Heche was shopping for a wig and acting like, quote, a sweet little girl.
I was just so taken aback, and I was like, what happened? Because she didn't, like I said, she
I didn't even understand how things were sculpted. I did not understand how things were manipulated. I was.
Let me start this over real quick. I don't know what happened.
were sculpted. I did not understand.
The person, the driver,
into a home.
like I said, she didn't seem impaired to me.
Heish was seen speeding and driving around.
Like you, at the end of the day, we gotta take a person that was just dealing with her personally on a like interactional level. Like let's assume maybe it was like one or two other people in a store. I'm pretty sure like shops like that not gonna have a bunch of just people in and out. So I'm pretty sure he has a certain type of clientele, and when that clientele come in, he take care of them thoroughly. So he has a lot of interaction with them. He don't just like, hey, yeah, go. The wig that you might like is back there. Like he's gonna take his time with these type of people. They spending a lot of money in their shop. So I'm pretty sure it's not the first time he met her as well. You know, women, if you're a good hair plug, just like anything else, they're gonna be consistent with you, especially if they got the fun. So, getting his experience and saying that, I think he probably met her more than once to get a general basis on how she acts normally. That's interesting to me that she was just dealing with somebody on a level and he didn't see a visually impaired or like, you know, drunk and impaired. So and let's just like be, you know, unbiased here. Like I could talk to someone and it's like a whole world crashing in my mind. Like say I got like bills or say it's like a breakup going on. You may be able to tell to a degree if something wrong, but for the most part you can't hold it in. And then like say you get outside and come all out or something like that just because like you didn't want to, like something sparked your mind and you didn't want to break down in front of someone and you broke down outside, and that could have happened. That could have happened. It's like, yeah, she seemed normal, but shit, she may have got a text when she was walking out and that changed her mind. So just saying, anything's possible for sure, but it is definitely strange, and it's definitely a yellow flag that I would look at, because I would trust at least a hairstylist or that type of guy. Just don't like why would he lie about that? You know?
Radically through surface streets. She's believed to have been behind the wheel for at least one hit and run when the actress slammed into a garage. The dangerous ride came to an end when she smashed her car into a home in LA's Mar Vista neighborhood. That violent collision sparked a fire. The LAPD has served a warrant for a blood sample. They suspect she may have been under the influence.
Other side of the vehicle. Oh my gosh, he's completely alive.
So I don't know. Like I said, I'm stopping because this is so much to really dive in. I remember seeing this when it came out, but I don't know. I never knew the context of who that person was. Didn't know any of this. So now all this is coming out later. It's interesting to see. So with her, it looked like when they pulling her in, it seems like they almost trying to make it seem like she's dead. Like it like the covers over her head. So it's like, I wonder if they were able to successfully show the her from the car to the firefighter or ambulance with the sheet over her head that whole time, would they have killed that lady afterwards? You know what I mean? Because like when they say, oh, she's dead, I'm like, well, she died in a car crash. If we do anything to her now, like no one to notice, no one to think anything twice of it. They just think she died in a horrific car crash. But when she does that last second, Undertaker, I'm still alive, or Tyson Fury, I'm not done yet, like, I think that was her attempt to save her life. Like, I think she knows if she gets into that ambulance with these, like I said, this shit could be batshit crazy. I'm like, maybe she knows this camera's on her, and she knows if she get put in that thing with that white shit over her head, like the media can run with it. And they know, they understand media pretty well, bro, and how these people control it. So, like she said earlier in this or later on in here, she knows who she's up against. So, possibly that's the thing, possibly it's not. But I really do wonder if she would have got that white sheet covered over her head the whole time they took her to that taking her to that ambulance. Would they would have went ahead and went and said she was dead? I honestly believe that's possible. And I maybe it's something spiritual in that lady or whatever, but something told that lady to take that white sheet over her head, and I really think that saves her life. I really do.
I didn't even understand how
to show.
She can sit.
Identified as Anne Heche.
Actress just died.
Identified as Anne Heche. Let's take a look one more time at that video that we saw earlier this afternoon. The person, the driver, who was identified as Anne Heche. You probably know the name from TV and movies.
And why would a white cover be over someone's head that's not dead? I'm just being honest. If she was alive, maybe they're like, oh, she covering up because she famous. She ain't that fucking famous. Ain't nobody that fucking famous. Like, most of the time when someone is walking them to the ambulance, they try to look at their vitals. They trying to check to make sure everything. They want to look at the person. They want to cover a person up that's critically injured. Like, every second matter, you want to keep your eyes on that person. They could be convulsing under there for all the fuck you know. So covering a live person face, I'm just letting y'all know that's not fucking normal. The only way you could call it normal is because she's famous. And once again, I don't think she's that fucking famous for people to be worried about her in the moment. I don't think when the act, like, once again, she's not that famous for when them firefighters pulled her over to know, like, hey, for off rip that, hey, we should be covering this lady face up because she's super famous. I think it's something deeper than that. Them covering her up seems to be something deeper than that, because that's not normal. And like I said, I don't think they be like, oh, this person's Michael Jackson, let's cover her up so nobody takes pictures of her.
From 6 Days, 7 Nights, Donnie Brasco, Wag the Dog, Volcano, a bunch of movies.
Like, she bust out of it. Like, they literally, like, you can see her bust out of that. No, you can't see none of her body, and they got a rap like this, and she come out like, nigga, get me out of this. Bro, they were going to kill that lady.
Brasco, Wag the Dog, Volcano, a bunch of movies. And there is a...
The media was already set on saying she was dead. How did they know she was dead? Why were people saying she was already dead? Because they already had... It's the same shit with that Spin documentary. When they was like, I got to come in here and shock you at 7 in the morning, because that's what they want me to do. I got to shock the shit out of y'all. They be knowing verdicts and shit. They be knowing certain... what script gonna come through the docket to a degree. I don't know how deep it goes. But to some degree, bro, everybody was on board. And when she got out of there, they had to, what do you call that shit when you like when they do a certain type of comedy where you it's not skit comedies, but like when you're basically just thinking off your feet. I forget what that's called. So improv. They had to improv the situation once she bust out of that bag. It's like, oh my God, she's alive. Like she's fucking Frankenstein. Because they was going with the script of saying that person was dead. Whether they knew it or not, that's a whole nother conversation.
Dramatic moment there just before being put into the ambulance to take to the hospital. That driver was identified as Anne Heche.
Actress just died. Who is she? She played in a lot of movies, some with Robert De Niro, other high-profile actors, but I looked at her whole movie list and I've seen...
Oh, when she died? I didn't know she died recently. Maybe that's what they was talking about. So she did die this day? So she did die this day. Okay, I didn't know she died this day. I'm thinking this was all right. So I gotta refresh my whole like mindset on how this came out. I'm thinking this is like right now. I'm thinking this is Anne Hatch. Maybe this is not Anne Hatch. Maybe I think all white people look alike. But I'm thinking this is her post all of this shit and she's trying to come out and tell her story. So I'm off like with that. Like I said, I haven't watched the whole thing. I wasn't gonna sit up here and act like I knew exactly everything's going on. I'm dissecting and breaking down as we go. So she did die that day. I was gonna kill that lady anyways. They're gonna kill her anyways. The spokesperson said additional toxicology results detected medication was given to Hatch while she was being treated in the hospital like fentanyl and prior use of marijuana, but not at the time of injury. concluded Hash's death was accidental and that she died due to inhalation and thermal injuries. The report also noted that sternal fracture for blunt trauma significantly contributed to her death. What she said? What you mean how I ain't know this story? Shit, I don't care about shit like this, but it came across my timeline, so I'm talking about it. That's how I ain't know. And mostly it's not really to do with her. It was more to talk about. I came here to expose pedophiles. I wasn't really here for the situation. Like I said, I didn't even know she died. For real. But no evidence. Let me see. So what I do think though, with that car situation, somebody probably cut her brakes or something like that, where she couldn't stop, cause she wasn't. They said she didn't have nothing in her system, so why was she driving sporadically? Why she ain't brake? Like, y'all trying to say she was ready to commit suicide or something like that, you know? So maybe she's suicidal, but there's 1,000 ways to commit suicide, and then driving for miles and miles and miles. You know what I mean? And yeah, I say maybe it's just too much of a movie script, but I probably think somebody cut her brakes. If you ask me.
Why do you think she tried to put me in an institution, folks? Hi.
And Ellen's fine. She can sit on her pile of money
I
and
hope
be
you
fine.
like your money.
You must know from procuring research and getting ready for her roles is invaluable. It probably led up to the peak of having to do something and having to make a difference. She was killed while she was in the middle of making a movie called Girl in Room 13 about human trafficking, and that was on the Lifetime network.
Ooh. Want to start over?
Now her ex, Ellen DeGeneres, is calling it a sad day.
Why do you think she tried to put me in an institution, folks? Hi.
See, that's what I thought. See, this is why I'm thinking she was still alive. When she said, "Why do you think she tried to put me in an institution?" I'm thinking that came after the car crash. That's what threw me off when I was watching this. So, watching like the little beginning before I decided to make a reaction to it. So when I seen that, I'm thinking, after she tried to kill her, it didn't work. She tried to put in a crazy house. No, she was trying to put in a crazy house before she tried to kill her. So that's even more. That's a little worse if you ask me.
And Ellen's fine. She can sit on her pile of.
They've been showing attempts to try to get rid of her and say she wasn't mentally there, and that's dangerous to talk about somebody on that level. Like, they do that all the time. That's what Kanye was saying. Even though Kanye played into it to a degree, but he always try to be like, hey, try to talk about my mental health and shit like that, and make it seem like I'm crazy. I ain't crazy, Or same with Dave Chappelle when he talk about Martin Lawrence going crazy for real. It's like, why do you think they go crazy? It's not for no reason. So even if she was crazy, what made this white successful woman that was doing well in life just go crazy to a point where she think y'all all on some other shit? What made her just flip like that when her life was just perfectly fine?
I hope you like your money, because that's why I broke up with you. Do you like sitting on your piles of cash? Because guess what? It gets you exactly where you are. I asked her to come and meet me for lunch at the Four Seasons, and I was greeted by 5 suits. Ellen was sitting in a chair, and I said, as far as I remember, I didn't invite anybody else to lunch today. And they said, we know that you want to take Ellen to the premiere, and we're here to tell you that you will be fired from your $10 million picture deal if you do it. And then Ellen looked at me. I was sitting on the armchair because she lit a Four Seasons chair, and she said, do what they say. You don't know what you're up against.
Who is they? Who is these people you don't know who you're up against? I'm curious, for real. Who are the men in black that just comes to these meetings and comes to these people's door? People referenced it or referred to these people before. It's like the people that when they come and see you, who are these people? Are they just government, keeping people in check as far as they puppets? Who are these people?
We've only known each other for a couple of days, and I said, I do know what I'm up against.
It's the first time that I have been able to show what I believe happens after you keep secrets and the freedom you feel once you tell them and the transformation that can happen.
Usually we do it for benefits, and Save the Children was one of the things that I would do.
Love is a powerful weapon in the hands of human traffickers. In the United States, most sex trafficking victims were originally recruited by someone they loved or trusted.
By understanding how human trafficking really works, you can make a difference in the life of someone at risk.
Listen.
I don't know why I keep stopping. I just have to keep pulling it back up. But
things were.
I was just about to compare her to the guy that just recently dropped the what's this guy's name? His name escapes me right now. But the guy that just dropped the similar movie that sent shockwaves through America, and people talked about it for a while, and it touched them. The sex trafficking movie that just came out. Seemed like this was on similar vibes. It may have not got the push and stuff like that, but what inspires these actors that are successful to just all of a sudden start talking about sex trafficking? Ashton Kutcher, this lady, the other dude I just mentioned. It baffles me if y'all think they're not really seeing these things in these rooms that they go to. Like, maybe if they was on that when they were younger and stuff like that, I could understand. But these people are in Hollywood, successful, like sheltered in their own like echo chambers, bro. Like, they don't really see the traumas of regular day people. They're not about to see what black people go through. They're not gonna see what average minorities really go through. They in their own elite world with the nicest of restaurants, the nicest of rooms. They don't really, like, most people in them type of spaces don't concern themselves with them type of problems. So why all of a sudden you get these random people that are successful in these same rooms that want to do that? Like I said, maybe I'm reaching, but these are all type of things that make me be like cold-hearted, unbelieving that these people are nasty.
Works. You can make a difference in the life of someone at risk.
Listen, the reality is we have gotten to a place where we are not looking at the truth, and we are getting its consequences in our face. And what we're here to do is try to flip that on its head and say, let's look with grace at this opportunity to live this life. We've all come through a very difficult time. We've all been merged in the first time in our lives in an understanding that every single human being has gone through it. And we are coming out the other side. We have an opportunity for freedom, or we have an opportunity to get back on the death wagon and start believing the lies that we've been crammed into each other's faces for years, ages, centuries.
Yeah, you could, like, some people might call her crazy. Like I said, the same people that's in those spaces that call her crazy, oh, she off the deep wagon. It seems like a fully coherent person to me, maybe because she's speaking towards the things I already believe that I think she's coherent. But I don't think this is a person that's loony. I don't think this is a person that's insane. Like just looking at her, she seems like she's a thoughtful person. Like, and that's not something that I wouldn't see her and be like, oh yeah, that girl needs to be in a loony house. And I think that says a lot to Ellen, to even want to put her in that type of space. It says a lot.
On eons. It's time to flip it and start having some fun. Don't you agree?
I am sorry to disappoint you. I am not part of the deep state.
This is what I say. Goodbye. Watch out. You're fucked.
Have you spoken to Anne Hesh at all since her accident?
Have not.
Yeah, it's quite a dangerous accident that happened, wasn't it?
Sure was.
It just seemed cold. It just seemed callous for somebody that you was in a relationship with. That died, right? She died from that situation. That seems hella callous.
That I did not understand how
human
on eons. It's time to flip it and start having some fun. Don't you agree?
I am sorry.
Wasn't it?
Sure was.
Hey, I leave this up to y'all. Do y'all think she's smiling here? You think she's grinning? or y'all think it's just a bad angle? They're trying to imply that she's smiling after, and it sure as hell look like it. It's a little blurry, so it's in a gray area of not knowing. But to me, that looks like a devious smile, man.
I haven't
see her face change.
spoken directly because I don't know what to say.
I'm just so sorry.
And so if you don't know what this is, supposedly this is a mockery of a little girl that got her face, not even a little girl, a teenage girl that got her face skinned by the Clintons and Hillary Clinton to be, to be exact, allegedly. So you see a few celebrities that's probably like deeper in Hollywood as far as like the beliefs and systems and shit like that. Cause I believe like it's levels, just like if you know about Freemasonry or any of these like like occult things, there's levels. Like even with these frats and shit like that, you could be a low level frat person, you could be a low level Mason, and the level of access, the level of connections, the level of power you have matters as you rise up. And the deeper you're in are the people that are like they already was moving like that, or they have no morals to a point that they completely bought in. And then there's the like low level people where they still have some moderate success or fame, where they may participate in these things out of like, I want to be successful, I want to make it. What's good, brother? But they're not necessarily bought in all the way. They just they will be silent about it. They won't share it to the public or anything. So that's what they still play their role, but they don't rise up as far because they know that they really can't stomach it like some of these other people can. So when I see a person that has that like on their jacket and things like that, it makes me think like she's a proud member, and she's probably really deep in, if you ask me. And maybe that's not what that is, but as far as the skin face, but look at the eyeball. That's an eye right there. This is like another deformed eye. It's like half the skin is still on, half the skin is not on, and then it's like blood, just like a bunch of blood. They look like an ear. It definitely looks like a face. And to be honest, that's like, once again, this is a blurry picture, but I don't think that's something LeBron James wouldn't be wearing that in public. Like most public figures wouldn't wear something like that graphic in public, like especially when you have certain demographics of like conservative or older people or even young people to a degree. Ellen don't have a lot of young people that watch her, but you wouldn't think someone that's a public figure would be wearing shit like this for real. Like you wouldn't see Obama wearing that in public. Like that's some wild shit to wear. I'm just saying, like, that's a crazy look. Like, and then it's just on a plain white shirt. That shit's crazy.
That it's come to this. I really don't know what to say other than...
Yeah, Ellen might be deep in for real, like, and like a damn near like a cheerleader.
Did not understand.
As far as like how much she got so much pride behind it. Like wearing that jacket to me is just sick. Got the eyeball popped out of socket, bro. If you know that story, bro, that's fucking sick.
I'm just so sorry that it's come to this. I really don't know what to say other than...
This is some more deep shit. I see Scales, Justice Scales, R.I.P. That's what it looks like to me. Like 2 feet. A kid looked like they definitely wrote this for sure. Okay, I see a whole anatomy now. 2 feet right here, legs, body that's torn up, like maybe a penis or something. Body tore up, shoulders, head. Once again, look at the face. The face is completely gone. The face is completely gone. Once again, referring to that jacket where half the face is on, half the face is off. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that's just a part of the process where the whole face is gonna come off. And here's a picture of that. It's like the hands or something fucked up as well. And then I'm trying to see if I see another arm. I don't know what this is. Let's see RIP. See black things right here. I don't know what that could be. What's this? I'm not so sure. But it's definitely a creepy footage or a picture to be in somebody's house. Call it artwork. That shit looks fucking weird.
This has gone on way, 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 way too long. People have gotten
away, like I said,
away with murder.
It's like some eyeballs damn near. Yeah, eyeballs in the nose. From the fucking face. They're like the two eyes and the nose from the fucking face. Boy, these people are sick. What are they holding? They look like some type of scepter or some shit like that. I don't know what that is.
That's what's happening. So we've got to see fairness and we've got to see justice for all. Because right now, this is not a fair world. Not at all. I don't know if it will ever be completely fair, but we have a long way to go to even get close to being fair. And if you don't understand this, then you have never felt.
Yeah, she did get old hella fast. Possibly. People love to suggest that these days it's been in The Simpsons, and you know if it's in The Simpsons, it's most likely real. And I'm being dead ass when I say that. I think it was some other guy recently I was shown where they looked super old after. I think it was that pastor dude. The same pastor dude I think that was in that skit. I mean not the skit, but that Spin documentary. Once he got off that adrenochrome, he looked hella old, and that nigga hella devilish looking. Like he looked like Satan himself down there.
This is Ellen DeGenerate is a comedian, and the performance you just saw won her the title of the funniest person in Louisiana.
Understand how things were sculpted. I did not.
Sorry, gotta keep restarting this up, but it's Twitter. I must have kind of watched. Oh no, I was skipping through it. That's what I was doing. I'm like, where did I see the yummy shit at? I must have skipped through that part. Skipped to that part last time, but I don't think we got there yet. I wonder if I restart it or stop doing that.
Not understand how things were manipulated.
I'm just so because right even
cable network.
People laugh at things that they can relate to, things that happens every single day.
Like a beast in the jungle, in the heat of the rumble.
Good evening, my name's Timmy.
You're welcome. Ellen DeGenerate. Ellen?
Yeah, hi, God. This is Ellen. Listen, if you weren't too bit sure, hold on. Somebody's at the gate.
What is the Monica Lewinsky poem that is in here? Explain this.
Do we have to? I guess we should.
Well, we should.
We happen to have someone who sent us Monica Lewinsky's poem that she wrote in 9th grade. Actually, not in 9th grade, when she was a 9-year-old.
This shit is sick.
And I know I'm going to rot in hell eternally for this, but can I maybe closely, just give it a sample?
Yeah, give a sample.
Okay. It was written, the poem is a poignant rumination on how, quote, I can be a delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast, if you're weird. She goes on to describe...
I can be a delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast if you're weird. This is a 9-year-old kid. Why would she be thinking like that? Why would she be talking like
herself,
that?
Quote, as a round and flat piece of dough with lots of topping. I am a mouth's best friend. I make you say, yum, yum.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Everybody, you got to think for yourself when you see these type of things. I know what type of thoughts I get when I see this shit. maybe other people, you know, they need a little more proof than just, you know, an example from here, a random example from here, a random example from there. Some people need everything to be completely drawn together before they say, you know what, I believe this. But to me, bro, it's too many countless examples. Monica Lewinsky, isn't that Monica Lewinsky? I don't want to get my people wrong. Yeah, that's what I thought. The lady with Bill Clinton. So from a young age, bro, she probably was an agent, man. If I'm being honest, like, she was probably raised by some nasty people, bro. And as she got older, she just played her role. Because at 9 years old, she's talking like that. Who raised her? Who was around this girl to be messing with her and touching her, or allegedly even like messing with her mind like this? To even have these type of thoughts in her head, like she's 9 years old.
Sample. Okay, it was written. The poem is a poignant rumination on
A
how
poem at
I
that,
can
like,
be a
what?
delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast. If you're
So this supposed to be artistic at that. Like, this is weird.
weird. She goes on to describe herself, quote, as a round and flat piece of dough with lots of topping. I am a mouth's best friend. I make you say yum yum.
Yeah, yeah, you got that yum, yum, that yum, yum, that yum, yum. Yeah, you got that yum, yum, that yum, yum, that yum, yum. Say the word.
What a nasty world we live in. I remember these posts. I think he took them down after some outrage. But this is a part of, I think this is a part of his campaign of that song. I'm trying to make sure these was posted. Yeah. I was trying to see. Yummy, Justin Bieber. Like, obviously anything could be doctored these days, but I was in this era when it happened. I'm almost for sure this is a real thing. I don't want to just see a bunch of random, but yeah, I won't stick to watching those pictures, because we already, how I titled this, never know who might come watch it. Don't want to give anybody nothing, because it's a sick world we live in, man. Like, the fact that he posted that shit in this type of world, like, hey man, stop posting y'all kids online, bro. That's all I say. It's a sick fucking world. But for Justin Bieber to be posting kids with that song, why? Why are you posting kids with a technically a sexual song? It's not even technically. Yummy, yummy. Girl, you got that yummy, yummy. This is a sexual song. Why are you posting little kids? Anybody can answer me that and it not sound wild, bro. I'll be willing to hear it. But it's fucking insane. What do you mean by that, Justin Bieber?
Well, we should.
Wonderful pizza, wonderful pizza.
What they're gonna do with their life?
So that's where Clooney lives.
There.
Yum, 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 that yum, yum. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. Any night, any day. Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe, yeah, babe, yeah, babe. In the morning or late.
Bro, I really don't have words for this shit. Besides, this shit is crazy. They throw it right in our face, bro.
Yeah, babe, yeah, babe.
He's saying babe. Is that like some, like, is that the subtle shit? Like, is that a subtle play on words? Because now that made me think to one of his original hits, and now that shit's insane. If that's really some like subtle nasty shit as far as being in the lyrics. Like I wasn't even thinking that deep. I'm thinking, he make a sexual song and then he on these vibes with you. Obviously you see when he posted, but I don't think he had to be thinking about it when he make it. I think he could just, how do you say, just post it afterwards. Like I don't like what I'm trying to say is I don't think he maybe made the song for kids. I think he just correlated that afterwards. But then when you start hearing him like slow down on "Yeah, Baby," it started making me think like, did he write this shit for kids and we just be missing it? And then it made me think to his original song, "Baby, Baby, Baby, oh." It's like, bro, that would be some sick, evil, like maniacal movie type shit where it's like we go crazy because we think it's this one meaning and feeling, and then it's something completely, totally different that is other people that listen to it from a whole different perspective. Like that's some crazy shit. I said I can't sit up here and say I think it's that deep, but it could be.
And the performance.
It could be like that. It's hella ironic. I tell you that. I'll tell you that much.
Say the word on my way. Yeah, babe.
And then I'm looking at the guitar. It's just little shit, bro. I'm looking at the guitar. It's like maybe all of it was a rollout that he was ready to put out there occultly. It's possible. Maybe the whole song from his origins, it was about that, and he was gonna have an occult thing. Or maybe it's just something that he comes up with after, or he get told to push. But you got the little kid toys, a lot of just little stuff that kids and younger kids would kind of be liking, like Kirby. That's obviously shit we love when we kids. The little teddy bear. I'm sure these are some things that's popular in kids shit that I just don't know. But all this is kid friendly shit. And then he got the song that's a sexual song. And then on top of that, he posting kids. Like it could just be a whole nasty little package.
Yeah, babe. Yeah, babe. Yeah, babe. In the morning or late.
It's amazing how kids know at a young age what they're going to do with their life.
So that's where Clooney lives, George Clooney lives.
Yes.
And Jen and George are friends. So
George,
you went to George's house?
Yes, of course. I know George back in the day, too. So we went there and you take a boat. You get on a boat, you cruise down. Went over to their house. They made us homemade pizza.
So,
Yes, she can handle it. She can handle it. And her parties are incredible at her house, too.
Yeah, she does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza,
Wonderful pizza, wonderful pizza, wonderful pizza. Guess what? Pizza's here. Sandy, you have money. You've got a lot of money. You can tip him, right?
This is in part of the embarrassment ritual and people getting called out. I think everyone she called out this night probably was involved to a degree. I think this is similar to, bro, I suck with names. Ricky Gervais and how he called out people and people had them awkward laughs. Because, like, mentioning Epstein's name just outright is not funny unless you know the context behind it or you know who he is. No one would laugh at that just saying, oh, yeah, Epstein Island, right? You guys all know about Epstein Island. If he was saying that to a bunch of black people in church, no one would have laughed because we wouldn't have knew what the fuck he was talking about. So it's with context these people are laughing. This piece of shit, this shit not funny. The pizza bit, oh, we got pizza. Let's hand out pizza, like some Little Caesars pizza to some of the elites. Because that's just going to be high TV content. That's just that's just high comedy right there. No. They doing it because they know it's a deeper meaning behind it, which comes off as, they have these awkward laughs or these laughing at people and shit like that because they're getting called out. But I mean, they obviously all a part of it. And if somebody, make a joke at somebody that's, in it, people gonna laugh at you, even if they involved in it as well. But that's what I think's going on here. Like the piece of shit, not funny at all.
Sure, I'll take it.
Where's Harvey Weinstein? Harvey.
My boy Leo. Damn, Leo.
And she makes good pizza as
Damn, Leo.
Sandy, you have money.
Leo, you weren't even involved in it. She didn't even say your name. He was like, I'll take it. You nasty nigga.
I did not understand.
God damn.
And how.
God damn. Leo, you ain't had to say shit. It's nasty, man. Nasty, man. That's all I can say. They're making me work for this reaction video. I'm telling you that. They're trying to scrub this bitch from the realities.
To celebrate the birth.
It's a wonderful pizza.
It's amazing how kids know at a young age.
He hungry, boy.
So that's where Clooney lives. George Clooney lives.
Yes.
And Jen,
Hopefully he was really just hungry and it was bad timing, but
Yes,
nah, I
yes,
think
yes,
that
of
nigga
course.
hungry for
I
the
know
wrong
George
shit.
Back in the day too, so we went there and you take a boat, you get on a boat, you cruise down. Went over to their house, they made us homemade pizza.
So,
Yes, she can handle it. She can handle it. And
she
her
can.
parties are incredible at her house too.
Yeah, she does have good parties, and she makes good pizza as well.
She makes great pizza.
Wonderful,
yes, yeah.
wonderful pizza, wonderful pizza, wonderful pizza. Guess what? Pizza's here. Sandy, you have money. You've got a lot of money. You can tip him, right?
Sure, I'll take it.
Where's Harvey Weinstein? Harvey.
And then passing a very famous hat to pay the delivery guy.
What do you have, Harvey? 200?
200.
That's a
Does that
start.
cover it?
That's
Oh,
a
it's a
start.
start.
Just y'all are all like, whatever.
These circles of friends that you guys have. You told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
That's like I said, bro. These people been know about Harvey. He a part of the joke for a reason.
The delivery guy.
What do you have, Harvey? 200?
Oh shit! It's Epstein, huh? White people look alike to me. He look like he look like somebody else too. But well, some white people look alike. But nah, that's crazy. I never seen this picture before.
That's a start.
At a costume party. Wonder what happened. I wonder what was for dessert that night.
Start. Just y'all are all like, whatever.
These circles of friends that you guys have. You told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all an Aniston thing. She's like, George and I would love you to come over for pizza.
How was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh,
did he make it himself?
They always awkward. Like these people are great actors. They're great. Like when you see them in like more comfortable environments, they're very entertaining and watching interviews. They're very charming. All that shit is sucked out of them when this shit is brought to him. When he was talking about it on Ellen, he didn't have that same humor. He don't have that same bravado. Right? He's talking about it now. You start to see him shrivel, body language, everything. They start to get nervous. They start to have all these mannerisms of someone that's hiding something. Why the fuck would you have that on a pizza conversation? Why is the life being sucked out of you? Why are you getting so uncomfortable around pepperoni pizza? Like I said, if someone can explain that to me and not sound like a fucking insane person, then I love to hear it. But it baffles me. Let's think about reality. I'm a server, bro. When you talk about people, or when you talking to people and about stuff that they like and they enjoy, or say they just had a meal they enjoy, they light up. they do the exact opposite of what these people are doing. Usually when you actually like something that's really good, bro, you start to smile, you start to you shine a little brighter on how you interact, because that what you taste is coming out of you damn near in that moment. All I see here is guilt. All I see here is like shame and trying to hide shit. Why? We're talking about food. Like I said, bro, that's pretty strange considering most people would not have that same reaction when talking about some of the best pizza they ever ate before. Ask a little kid about pizza. You're going to see them light up. And people do that to their own degree as far as adults.
She's like, George and I would love you to come over for pizza.
How was the pizza?
She over here, she's shaking her head. She's doing.
Pizza was better than Clooney's. They both made. Everybody made a certain kind of pizza.
There's no pizza we didn't love.
Something that he does.
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza, and Clooney's was excellent. Amal's was the winner.
Shut your trap. Let's just look at Jennifer. Is Jennifer Aston, whatever her name is, I think. Watch her throughout that whole thing and just see her body.
The delivery guy.
What do you have, Harvey? 200?
200.
That's a start. That's a start. Just.
Bro, this
Y'all are all like, whatever.
These circles of friends that you guys have. You told a story about going and having pizza at the Clooney's in Lake Como.
Yeah, that's all an Aniston thing. She's like, George
bro, she
would love you to come.
Bro, she started scratching her finger, like, bro, she did, like, bro, you could clearly see. Look at her now, bro. We talking about pizza. He's sipping the tea. Her head's down in shame. Bro, memes are real life. Memes exist because they show what we really feel better than words sometimes. The sip the tea meme, it's a real thing because people do that shit when they in those moments, bro. He's sipping the fucking tea. Her head's down in shame, bro. It writes itself, bro.
How was the pizza? Was it good?
Oh, what?
Did he make it
Amal's
himself?
Pizza was better than
Like,
Clooney's.
touching. She's nervous as fuck.
There's no pizza.
She's gripping her hands like
5 different kinds. 5 different kinds or 6 different kinds of pizza, and Clooney's was excellent. Amal's was the winner.
We've known each other for years. Yeah. You've been to my house. We've had pizza. Girl after my own heart. Do we love a pizza or what? We love a pizza. It's so much fun. Now, someone did.
This is the greatest bit ever. Oh my God, the pizza bit is so funny. We got to just keep running that bitch back and back and back and back and back. We just got to keep talking about the pizza shit because it's so fucking hilarious. Get out of my face, bro. That's the only people, like, if you're going to be a naysayer to what I'm trying to say, that's the only excuse you got. And it's just, it never was funny. It's clearly an inside joke. So why they keep bringing it up?
I was told that you recall us meeting for the first time in a bath.
It's like kids.
Wait. In a what?
Enjoying good pizza and ping pong.
I was told that you recall us meeting for the first time in a bath.
It's like.
I mean, that could not be weird. They could meet in a restroom. You wouldn't really call it a bathroom, but I guess
kids
the semantics I'll say.
Enjoying good pizza and ping pong.
I'll leave it there.
Mom and dad like hearing cool music and being able to like have a night out that's fun and exciting. And it's, college students or music lovers or, whomever.
But ping pong isn't the only thing people come here to love.
Yes!
And cheerleading is known to hang out.
That red face, that red mask, obviously that could be somebody that's a synonymous figure that's hiding their face. But that red mask is synonymous to the same thing that was on her jacket, bro. It's an insider with this cult shit that they do, bro. That's exactly what you see there, man.
Anyway,
that's a representation of the skinning of a face. And then this is the same place. It was like, oh, why would conspiracy Reddit people are just so dumb? Why would a pizza place be a pedophile place? If you see the artwork that they have in that place, you start to think different. You see some of the entertainment they have in that place, you start to think different.
And cheerleading is known to hang out down here. He likes the world sounds. Tamales.
And little boys. And children.
I think I was his manager.
No.
We all have preferences. Anyway. And we've all come together to celebrate the birth of our Lord. It wasn't Christmas.
By now, you've heard of WikiLeaks and the emails leaked from John Podesta, Hillary's top advisor. These emails have contained several examples of corruption, law-breaking, collusion within the Clinton campaign and the federal government.
The thing about it is, everybody knows, but the people that don't post to know. Rebels, it's okay. It's just like the Matrix, bro. Neo, the guy that's gonna fight against the cause, they already equate that there's gonna always be a percentage of the population that does that. They have methods and things to counteract our type of people with media and things like that to keep the sheep being sheep. Because if we had our voice open, if we had platforms to speak freely without them fighting against us, we'll be putting a lot of the sheep. Because we got a lot of proof. We got a lot of facts. So they do little things where as far as like shadow banning people, do all type of really banning people, killing people as far as some of the rebels that existed throughout the histories. So it's always been, that's going to always be a thing. So they always equate for that. But why did I bring that up? What made me say that? It was something with this John Podesta shit. Oh, but the people that know, everybody in the know, but the people that's not supposed to know. Most of the people in media know about this shit, bro. Most of the people in media know that Podesta's nasty. Most of the people in media know Weinstein and a lot of these other people are nasty, bro. They've been had different things that didn't leak that they were told to block and not leak out and not let go. They have been paid off. It's been so much shit where everybody that's in these circles know about this shit, bro. And like I said, CNN execs know. I'm pretty sure some people that's regular low-level people know about this shit because it's common knowledge if you just do a little research. Even to the fact that Biden's a nasty dude, how that shit can surface on Twitter and shit like that and it not be talked about on a mainstream level when he can go run for candidacy without that ever being brought up in a debate because they know. they actually know, but they hide it. And to me, that shit is just insanely nasty, bro. Because it's not something that's like it's really a conspiracy theory. This shit is really out there in the open. But if you're a sheep, they got their methods to make you believe, no, of course this is just gossip. This is just crazy conspiracy theory people talking. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. They're loony. They think the earth is flat. Like, they're going to throw everything at it. But ultimately, bro, they're so open about it. The only people that don't know is the people that just, blue collar regular people. And that's who they, mostly take advantage of because we keep buying their shit. We keep idolizing these people. And they playing in our faces. We keep voting for them, and they playing in our faces, bro. It's really sick. They keep manipulating us while they can just play in our faces, bro. And the only people that know is the rebels and the people doing it damn near. Everybody else just dumb. I want to end it here, but shit, it's so good I don't want to. I'm just sick of this reloading shit.
Understand how things were sculpted. I did not understand how things were manipulated.
Let me stop recording this. This is gonna be forever.
What's my name? What's my name?
Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna try to let it run for a little bit without stopping.
Celebrate the birth of our Lord. It wasn't Christmas.
By now, you've heard of WikiLeaks and the emails leaked from John Podesta, Hillary's top advisor. These emails have contained several examples of corruption, law-breaking, collusion within the Clinton campaign and the federal government and the media.
It's not just the normal laws.
What's my name? What's my name? My other name.
They also reveal that John
that
Podesta
supposedly
and his brother
came
Tony
from the
Podesta
emails.
participated in an occult black magic ritual called spirit cooking with Marina Abramovic.
Hey,
and then there's
I bring that bitch up all the time. Oh, Jay-Z was fucking kneeling to her in a fucking video, bro. And hey, man, these niggas nasty. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, Nick, these niggas nasty. That's all I'm gonna say. This is also Lady Gaga's old manager, bro, or artistic creator, or whatever you want to call it.
Welcome, friendly people.
Can't force anyone to pay attention to the mockery.
Facts. Have you enjoyed this special pizza here tonight?
Facts.
But no, she didn't. She held on to that child all the way to the end. And the fucked up thing was really, it was after it was born. I had to put that shit down. Euthanasia. The fucked up thing was, any of you enjoy?
Look at this shit, bro. Exactly. She was there too. She's been seen around that woman too. Look at this shit though. The same dude that was like shrugged off, we all have our preferences, had to put down some content that was too sick for him. This is similar to what the police were saying. Like, bro, they seen some shit that was so graphic, bro, they couldn't even like like either they say they off themselves, but you know what really happened. They got off, but even then they said they had to go through a level of therapy before all that shit even happened. Before they end up dying and shit, I should say. And then you see a dude, like I said, he had a preference of saying, you know, we all have our preferences, making a joke about it. So he has a level of nastiness in him, and that level of nastiness is super fucking high. But then there's someone that's even superseding him where he felt disgusted and couldn't finish the content that he was watching. You have to understand, this shit is maddening. This shit is sick. And they playing in our faces like he like Flying Low saying, "Oh, like, come at ping pong." Oh no, that's not a pedophile place.
People,
fuck out of here.
Pizza and ping pong.
Pizza and ping pong.
This special pizza here tonight.
What kind of pizza y'all think he talking about? Special pizza here tonight.
But no, she didn't. She held on to that child all the way to the end. And the fucked up thing was really, it was after it was born. I had to put that shit down. Euthanasia.
Maybe I misunderstood him. He said I had to put that shit down. Euthanasia. I thought he was saying I had to put the phone down, but I don't know. It's so sick. Maybe he's saying I would have put the baby down. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about at this point. But at first I thought they were talking about the phone. But even then, you see how even that person maybe has that level of nastiness. Like, yeah, they was talking about, oh yeah, you have their preferences, but now it's going into some mutilation, which of course a pedo person is fucking insanely nasty, right? But let's take it past another stretch, mutilating kids and shit like that. That's even sicker.
But things were
They can run a
symbol.
I need a blunt.
You're probably wondering what the hell you just watched.
Pizza and ping pong.
You're probably also wondering why the hell a ping pong place owned by friends of the Podestas that Hillary Clinton has even held fundraisers at would also be hosting something as bizarre as this.
It's fucking hard. I was like, if this is what happens when we have babies, and then, it gets it's like all this.
The ritualistic rape of children is a core part of high-level satanic worship. Here's a restaurant called Terrasol. On their website, they have a photo of Hillary Clinton with what I assume is the owners. When you scroll down the page, you see a heart symbol. This type of heart symbol has been identified by the FBI and released in unclassified documents by WikiLeaks. As you can see, it's a big heart with a little heart inside it. On the left, on this restaurant's symbol, there is a big heart with a smaller heart inside it, a big hand with a small hand inside it. And this is what I'm going to call the little big connection, or the big little connection. You see a big image and a small image, And this seems to be a pattern that pedophiles are using, and also one that they actually talk about, big and little. I've seen in the WikiLeaks emails, but won't go into those right now. So moving on to another restaurant, this one's called Besta Pizza. Besta means beast in Portuguese. And notice that the actual logo of this pizza restaurant is exactly the same as the logo of Boy Lover, as unclassified and released by the FBI and WikiLeaks, and also similar to the Little Boy Lover logo, which I assume means children 5 and under. And this is a symbol that pedophiles use to identify each other so that they can network, I suppose. And these are all connected by association with the Clintons, by the way. This is the website of the same restaurant, and this is where the big little connection comes in. It's run by a company called Big Cheese LLC. If you're not yet aware, cheese is pedophile code word for little girl.
Okay, enough of the punchlines. That ain't showing me you different than the other guys.
Well, I don't know if they can run it like that, but ain't nobody else doing funny tight rap.
What's that?
Well, I could tell a story about my morning, watching Boy Meets World and jerking off to the Pangalorum. It's like the 14-year-old of Panga.
Oh, this shit like a joke to you, I don't get it.
It's like the 14-year-old of Panga.
Oh, this shit like a joke to you, I don't get it.
It's like the 14-year-old of Panga.
Oh, this shit like a joke to you, I don't get it.
Big little. Big cheese is also a way of saying someone who's very wealthy, and these places are all owned by people who are extremely wealthy. So here's a photo of the inside of this place, called Comet Ping Pong. If you look at the image on the right, you'll see 2 women, and one of them is holding a woman's head. Here is the Instagram account for Comet Ping Pong. People who have been researching this have noticed some disturbing comments, trends, photos going on here, so I'm just going to share a few with you. So the guy who posted this wrote, "Oh yeah, this looks fun." Okay, so you're seeing like an empty basement or something, not sure what this is, bomb shelter or something like that. And someone else responds, #killroom. Just rinse it off when you're done. And then he responds, #murder. Someone else says, whether werewolves lock themselves up during the full moon. So, I don't know, this is a bit odd.
Logos, so he loves logos, absolutely loves them. So I bought him a logo book and all the corporations globally, and we were going through. I think we were on the page 300, and we got to the Playboy logo.
Hey man, they keep cutting us off, man.
Were manipulated.
A little heart logo.
They can run it.
Who've been
loves logos, absolutely loves them. So I bought him a logo book and all the corporations globally, and we were going through. I think we were on the page 300, and we were going through
moon
logos. So he loved.
Hugh Hefner, let's say, it says, what if Hugh Hefner was CIA? Think of it this way. Hugh invites over a celebrity politician. Hughes offered him something younger. Hughes offered them a safe space to do it. And Hughes tapes encounter, sends tape to CIA. CIA has person by the balls for life. I agree. And then I think it's also people that you don't even have to, like those type of people, those are like the lower level people, they do that too. And then there's certain people that's like, you know what, I want to go back. And they don't, like, you ain't even got to worry about blackmailing them because they fully divested in. And that's like Ellen DeGenerates to me. And this person is similar to Epstein. This person is similar to many other people that we haven't never heard about that does shit like that. They basically exist as like handlers. Like you gotta think about Chase Bank. Chase Bank was dealing with Epstein. Chase Bank had to pay a settlement. Chase Bank was told, hey, from inside people, we should stop dealing with this dude, and kept dealing with this dude. Same thing that happened to Ghislaine Maxwell's father. Dealing with people that's high fucking levels. Like you got blackmail on the banks? Yeah, you somebody put you in place of high power. Like I think these dudes are certain puppets. Like they're gatekeepers and they play a certain role. For sure. Like I don't think they are the end all be all, but they definitely are a very powerful people. And Epstein, if he wasn't sloppy, bro, you gotta think how long he would have been able to reign for. He would have been going till he was dead. And he was only gonna get bigger and bigger. he was just probably one of the dudes that was able to do it in our face, where we just, you know, and one like he's this playboy like fascination, and the next like this dude is really just an evil person. And even before I knew about all the like sex trafficking shit, I've heard about it being young girls there, not like young like 10 and 9 and shit like that, but it was like, oh, it'd be like some 16, 17, like super young girls in there, as far as like not adults, but they were on the tweener. That's what I was kind of hearing, but I would even imagine it got deeper than that.
Loves logos, absolutely loves them. So I bought him a logo book and all the corporations globally, and we were going through. I think we were on the page 300, and we got to the Playboy logo. So I said, it's the Playboy logo. So I love Playboy, and he goes around telling everyone he loves Playboy. Thank you, Ellen.
Look, what do you say, honey? Thanks. You're going to have so much fun. Yeah. You're going to learn all the characters there and everything. I can't wait to come back anytime.
Look the same age there. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for being with a younger man.
This shit annoying.
It makes it better. Foreskin.
And put it on my face.
There's something.
we got to
Characters there and everything. I can't wait to come back anytime.
Look the same age there. I mean, you know, there's something to be said for being with a younger man.
I suck baby's blood. And put it on my face.
And I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
So this is one of Oprah's favorites. She says it's a miracle fountain of youth and her magic wrinkle cure. So I'm going to put a little on your hand.
I'd do that. Oprah did.
Yeah, Oprah did it. All right, so here, we're going to rub it right in.
How come it's red?
I'll show you in a sec, Steve. So this is made...
How come it's red? I'm pretty sure Steve knew about this before the conversation. This was just showing his initiation to the public. This is like, y'all gotta understand what we be watching. This this was damn near a handshake, where they be like, cut your hand and do a handshake. Putting the blood on his hand was the symbol. Like a lot of shit is symbolic, bro, and have different meanings or deeper meanings. Excuse me. When you see that blood on his hand, that's an oath. Even if it's red, like when we drink the blood of Christ, we don't actually fucking drink blood. As far as, you know, Christians, it's a representation of it. Vampire ass motherfuckers, but nah, I'm joking, kinda. But it's like I said, it's the symbolism behind it and the deeper meaning behind it. So it ain't got to be actual blood. The fact that it was red in his hand, that was deep enough. But then we know the adrenochrome shit. So it's levels to it to me. And when you know the adrenochrome shit, I'm pretty sure he know about it as well. So not only he showing this initiation, he also showing, hey, this shit real. They really play like that.
From growth hormones of human
Look, the wrinkles has just disappeared.
Joke.
I can't even ball my...
That's a joke. That's a joke. These niggas be knowing.
My hand up.
But so it's made from human foreskin.
Oh shit, they actually said that live? I would not have thought they said that live. I thought they was gonna make up some bullshit. They said that. That's what bro. They played directly in our face. Human foreskin? Where do you get foreskin from? Fucking babies. Like you ain't getting a bunch of foreskin from a bunch of grown ass adults. So they using baby skin, but they call it foreskin to really give you like, oh my God, it's foreskin because they can't say baby skin because that shit'll sound fucking crazy. But you gotta go deeper. Where do foreskin come from? A baby. Now you can assume like, oh, well, they just using the clippings, which even if that was the case, in fucking sane. But I would go even a stretch further that it's probably more than just that, but that was they coded method and how they could, what they was really trying to tell you where it comes from. So I wouldn't take it so literal that, oh, it's just the foreskin. I think that was them trying to let you know it comes from a baby more than anything. Occultly. That's fucking nasty, bro. I gotta wrap this shit up soon now.
Her face.
She knows.
She knows.
She knows. There were a couple protesters about it because they are cells from baby foreskin.
Oh, baby foreskin.
Bro, get this shit off my fucking screen, bro.
That blood is going to patients over 35 as part of a clinical trial called Ambrosia, where subjects paid $8,000 to get the rich growth factors found in the platelets
I ain't watched this
in
shit. I ain't know all this
blood's
shit was in
plasma.
here.
There's pretty much people from most states, people from overseas, from Europe and Australia.
There have not been any published results, but the
I didn't even
intriguing
see that shit at
concept
first.
still found its way into pop culture.
It's my transfusion associate.
Dr. Karmazin says patients who have had it say they feel amazing, and he has seen evidence of reversing the aging process in rats.
Their brains are younger, hearts, their hair.
I'm gonna have to put for educational purposes on this.
There has also been encouraging Alzheimer's research using young blood at Stanford.
We found that it was safe and feasible to administer infusions of young plasma weekly.
Dr. Sharon Shaw is a researcher who says they have seen evidence of improvement in functional ability.
It's all very exciting that there can be components in blood that could be healing.
Platelet-rich plasma, or PRP treatments, using a patient's own blood, have been in demand as trendy vampire facials to fight wrinkles and as joint and tissue treatments to accelerate healing.
What are you pushing into the skin?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away. And they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
And it's not like I'm lying there with little pieces all over my face. It's like, why didn't we come up with that?
On live TV, man.
Right.
On national TV, man. Making a mockery of it. Joking at it. And Sandra Bullock way of feeling better about it. It was a kid far, far away. You know what that made me think? If it was a kid far, far away, why y'all? I'm pretty sure they're using more than this foreskin, because kids far, far away don't get treated like some American kids, and we know American kids getting kidnapped every day. But overseas, it's even worse. It's even worse. So when she say far, far away, that make me think they doing more than just that.
Yeah, and so we call it. I call it the penis facial, and I think when you see how good it is to your face, you too will run to your local facialist and say, "Give me the penis."
And so you were
right. I was born into a family that believes in this.
And this is. Does everyone else think it's a nice Jewish family? From the outside, you appear to be a nice Jewish girl.
Definitely.
And you all are worshiping the devil inside the home?
Right. There's other Jewish families across the country. It's not just my own family.
Really? I want to listen without
The Jewish are
skipping
planning to
past
take
it.
over the world. The Jewish are planning to take over the world if they find it.
The Jewish are planning on taking over the world?
Yeah, if they find it.
So what kinds of things? You don't have to give us the gory details, but what kinds of things went on in the family?
Well, there would be rituals in which babies would be sacrificed, and you would have to,
Whose babies?
There were people who bred babies in our family.
These children are not just kidnapping, operating children by the plane load, and in some cases,
World if they find it.
The Jewish are planning on taking over the world?
Yeah, if they find it.
just kidnapped and in some cases bred by families as a cash crop. We have people in the United States of America that breed children in order to sell them. And when they are sold, they come without birth certificates, which means it's easier to kill them and have no one ask where they are. We're also importing children by the plane load. Again, children who have no documentation. It's not just child slavery or child sex abuse. It's also child torture because you have adrenalized blood.
No one would know about it. A lot of people were overweight, so you couldn't tell if they were pregnant or not, or they would supposedly go away for a while and then come back. So yeah, you witnessed the sacrifice, right? When I was very young, I was forced to participate in that, in which I had to sacrifice an infant.
So I have in my hand part of an actual instruction book for how to molest and rape children, created by online pedophiles. This audience is actually going to see exactly what I'm looking at, so I'm going to describe it for you. It says, before you start, the tutorial provides some ideas and suggestions on how to use everyday items as a sex toy for your preteen daughter. All of these toys can be used in your girl's blank or blank. Some hints to start with. Get a big stash of lubricant. Always apply a lot to your girl.
Why would she air this online? Like, what's the purpose of being that literal? Like, we get it. Like, I don't think no one needs that breakdown. No fucking body needs that breakdown of how someone needs to go about doing that shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's fucking sick. There's nothing Bro, there's no explanation for that. There's no fucking explanation for that. Giving people the imagery of that shit. Like, I'm like, it's disgusting to fucking me. And most people that watch that. So we don't need that imagery. But then there's also fucking nasty people in this world that would love to listen to you go through this process and conversation because their mind is just wondering, bro. It's just, why? I asked Oprah, what the fuck would you talk about this? Online, I don't get it. I don't get it. There's no need for it. Nobody needs a breakdown.
Toys when you are playing.
The cycle. Bruce Willis and his ex-wife did robot. Frankly, they invented a child molesting robot. It's a robot that is designed to molest children, and it can theoretically molest twice as many children as a human molester in, quite frankly, half the time. What you do is you start by building a regular robot, then you molest it and hope that it continues the cycle. Bruce Willis and his ex-wife Demi Moore, who you see in the snap.
I had just come across called Lilith's Cave, which is a book.
That's it. Y'all see the shit. I just know I can't put that on YouTube.
But you gonna focus on that money. You gonna love and cherish the money. Once you love and cherish the money and you'll do anything to get the money, then that's when you sold your soul, my brother.
I want to get out this music industry because this is
all.
So that's how I feel about it.
We also know that Wall Street has laundered.
Then that's when you sold your soul, my brother.
I want to get out this music industry because this is not for me. This is not what God want me to do.
I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back.
He got the most sales. He's so popular. He's the greatest ever. Fuck out of here.
I sold my soul to the devil.
And I'm done with the devil.
I kind of get possessed by the devil when I'm performing.
And I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer.
You're still out here doing these songs, you know, you're still on tour.
I do, but I don't take it for granted.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
that's how I feel about it.
We also know that Wall Street has laundered $100 trillion in dirty money from trafficking in children and women and drugs and
that I'm pretty sure that's a number that easy to kind of find from people that does that work, because everything is calculated to, everybody has numbers, everybody has earning reports and stuff like that. So there's a certain number that the market should hit when you put all them numbers together. And then there's I'm pretty sure once you put all the numbers of these companies together, there's still money that's in the economy that's unaccounted for. And when you talk about drug money and all that different things actually boost the economy, is actually a part of the economy. A lot of people don't understand that, but it truly is. And these people been knew about it, and it's honestly common knowledge that even sex trafficking is so big of a thing that it's a part of the American economy. It's fucking sick. We don't even need to, you gotta think of, like, that's what you think, oh, it's a black market and shit like that, and that's this whole separate thing. It's like, nah, our economy is held up and propagated by that shit, bro. And just like the pharmaceutical industry, just like many other industries, a lot of people that's elites and things like that, they wouldn't want to see that stop, because they want the economy to keep going. Just like with pharmaceutical, they're not gonna stop. Like you're not gonna stop the military at this point. Oil, nigga, they don't want to convert to hydrogen power. They don't want to convert to water power. They got this mega industry that they built on this economy. They don't want to just give up all what they have built. So they're going to fight for tooth and nail, assassinate some people for it. And I'm pretty sure it's the same with the drug and the sex trafficking economy.
And guns and gold. I could never tire of saying that 90% of the people in the U.S. government, the U.S. military, the U.S. intelligence community are good people trapped in a bad system. The secret intelligence community serves the deep state. It does not serve the American public. And CIA in particular has been doing torture, rendition and torture, drone assassination, regime change, helping to start wars based on lies, all because war
still out here.
200 from
the U.S. intelligence community are good people trapped in a bad system. The secret intelligence community trafficking in
5,200 people, many of whom provided Army or fleet zip codes or military email addresses, including staffers for the Secretary of Defense and contractors at the NSA. 9 people had top security clearances.
Devil, because the devil going
trafficking in humans and drugs and so forth are a profit center for Wall Street and the deep state.
Pentagon porn story began in 2006. Child pornography sting operation called Project Flicker. Hundreds of military employees and contractors who may have bought child pornography online but haven't been prosecuted or even in some cases investigated. List of 5,200 from an internet sting operation. There's payment records of about 5,200 people, many of whom provided Army or fleet zip codes or military email addresses, including staffers for the Secretary of Defense and contractors at the NSA. 9 people had top security clearances.
Devil.
Pretty sure this is official as it gets. Narrative. On July 11, 2007, reporting that agents received a lead referral from a special agent field officers regarding the immigration and customs enforcement. That sounds like some sex trafficking shit in itself already. Initiated an Operation Flicker regarding the immigration and customs enforcement, ICE. All you gotta do is a little information and research, and everything exposes itself. If you know about Texas, you know ICE has been a thing around here because we have a lot of, illegal immigrants here. But supposedly, I mean, borders change, but this been their land. But that's a different argument. illegal aliens and shit like that. So when you talk about ICE, it's a lot of kids that get taken away from their parents because the parents get deported, and or when they over here traveling, the parents get sent back, the kids get sent other places. If you've seen it for the ICE camps, like kids was just by themselves with little space blankets. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I should put ICE deportation. So in these processes, a lot of kids and things get separated from their families. Let me see if I can find one with just the kids by themselves. But a lot of people go missing. I can't find the pictures that I seen back in the day, but I want to say around like 2020 or like 2019-ish, like they had got real heavy in Texas or in Houston, I'd say. And you were seeing different pictures and stuff like that where the kids were completely by themselves, like unprotected, just. And if you heard about some of the stories, a lot of them kids was being molested and touched on, and probably so much even more stuff than that. And when you go, we get into Operation Flicker, first page. If you know, you start putting shit together. Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE, initiated Operation Flicker. Well, I guess, all right, I guess that's a good thing, but even in itself, like a lot of this shit is kind of crazy. Operation Flicker is a nationwide investigation and has identified over 5,000 individuals that has subscribed to predicated child pornography websites. The officer sent a list of individuals in New York State that are employed by the Department of Defense and U.S. military that has subscribed to websites that contain these images or material that exploited kids via the internet. So ICE Cybercrimes initiated an investigation into criminal organizations operating in child commercial pornography websites. It's known as home collections. The investigation had revealed that the same organization operating in numerous commercial websites in this edition utilized various PayPal accounts to process these payments for access to members' restricted areas of the website. The investigation is being worked. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service, let's see, I'm just trying to see. ICE has conducted over 60 undercover transactions at advertising websites associated with this investigation. The investigation has identified that a specific criminal organization is operating at approximately 18 different commercial websites with providing 18 children. Yeah, I see it. I'm not trying to keep saying that word because I know certain shit keywords get picked up. Among 5,000 names ICE identified under Project Flickr, several individuals used their emails, like they said. Everything they said was here. So y'all want to do more research, y'all can. I just want to verify that.
You know,
the blood, drink it, pretty much, and we kind of like
200 from an internet sting operation. There's payment records of about 5,200 people, many of whom provided Army or fleet zip codes or military email addresses, including staffers for the Secretary of Defense and contractors at the NSA. 9 people had top security clearances.
Devil, cause the devil gonna make you do some crazy shit for that money, straight up. And once you start working for the devil, You sow your soul, you feel me? Straight up, that's how this shit goes.
Plan, like we usually go to meetings on Wednesday in black cloaks, draw like a big star and a circle on the ground. We have like these cups of blood, drink it pretty much, and we kind of like plan like world domination, like to make it.
I didn't know I didn't know his shoes had blood in it. And he talked about this meeting and they planning for world domination. Guess what? Guess what would be a part of that agenda? You know it, the alphabet. That's a part of the world domination. Getting outside of the godly, ways of life. That's what people don't be understanding. Like, what we trying to accept has always been looked at as like Babylonian beliefs, Babylonian ideals, pedocracy, and all these other different ideas that most moralistic people wouldn't accept. But now we being tricked into accepting these way of life because it's like all people got choices. But we're not understanding where these principles have like came from. These ideas have come from. Like, even if people do believe that they are this way, you got to understand a lot of this stuff comes from negative. I don't even know how to explain it well without trying to be I ain't trying to just shit on people, but ultimately these are just, you're picking characters. And the reason that this is a character out here because there's always been that lane. And certain people have gotten this, like I seen a kid recently at work. And I truly believe it was a little boy that was dressed up to be a girl. Had to be like 8 or 9 years old. But and just like this the girl we just seen with Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky, 9 years old. They get pushed to from parents. They get some type of content to make these people start believing these type of I might be something I'm not. It's something about the environment that stimulates it, and it's because we live in these type of Babylonian influenced environments where people and kids can start having these beliefs and ideas that they embody. But it's all part of like satanic shit. Babylonian shit that's not godly, and it never has been. And we don't have that conversation because then you're being too judgmental. That's the world we believe in. It's like instead of having judgment or a clear discernment over shit, which is like reality and what you should be doing, we're gonna denounce that. Like, even if it's a part of your godly beliefs, you gotta denounce that. Or at least people don't understand how that shit is tied in. But all that shit runs deep. So when I see that shit, bro, when he say global domination, and I see that he's gay and he's influencing kids, and not only is he influencing kids, he's pushing that devil shit. Come on, bro. Like, that's a part of that world domination. That's a part of world domination. That's a part of destroying homes. That's a part of destroying traditional shit. We getting into foreign. We going further and further into Babylon. And that's a part of the world domination. It's this history repeats itself. It's the same story. The same shit, bro. Look at the city of Babylon and the shit that they used to do. A lot of pedophile, a lot of rapes, a lot of the same people misidentifying themselves. All that shit exists in Babylon, I swear to God. And that's where they pushing this shit too. I remember Ty Dolla $ign. He probably a part of this shit. It might have been Ty Dolla $ign, a party next door. How you spell Babylon? Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if it was Ty. These niggas, they so similar. Well, yeah, I seen him in like a YouTube video and they was wearing that shit. I was like, yeah, that shit not cool. But you know, they all a part of that shit.
And in some more, I wonder is
when they all had their ways of pushing it.
God don't want me to do this, but I do it to feed my family. And I want to get out this. I want to get out of the music industry because yes, you go through pain. You go through this because this is what the devil wants you to go through to destroy yourself.
Blood is on the table.
Go through.
Blood is on the table.
Because yes, you go through pain. You go through this because this is what the devil wants you to go through to destroy yourself.
Babies while the slaves are working. Blood is on the table and the mouths are choking. We're farming babies while the slaves are working. Blood is on the table and mouths are choking.
Have you spoken to Anne Hesh at all since her accident?
If not.
Yeah, it's quite a dangerous accident that happened, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Let's go.
Okay, ask me a question and I will answer. I've been waiting to tell my truth for 20 years. I think we want to ask why one would have such a domain after 20 years of trying to shut somebody up so much so that her name could not be whispered.
I don't know that they wanted to shut you up. I think she wanted to shut you down and shut you out.
Very much she did. And by the way, she had a lot of people that went along with her. The reality is, if you are not on a conscious conversation and communication with the universe and its truth, you hit a wall because you can only get furthered if your intelligence and your heart meet. And unfortunately, that she did not greet. The fact of the matter is, if anybody chooses to look at the truth, the signs and the reasons of their arrival are apparent in every single thing.
Her hit TV shows on Nickelodeon, first with Miranda Cosgrove on iCarly, and then a spin-off, Sam and Cat, starring alongside future pop star Ariana Grande.
Behind all the fame and glamour, McCurdy says, was a darker reality. Mom's controlling habits, to her mom giving her showers until she was a teenager.
Alleging inappropriate behavior. The creator writing he offered her alcohol while still underage and that he gave her a back massage.
Nickelodeon attempted to arrange a $300,000 only if she agreed to never publicly speak about her experiences she did not accept.
Creator Dan Schneider was able to dictate whatever happened on and off set.
Nasty man right there, boy.
iCarly or Henry Danger or any other Dan Schneider Nickelodeon shows that you want me.
I bet nobody else on earth is. So now, just for fun, wingy thing in the back of your throat right here. I'm soaking wet! Because if you were soaking wet and you're upset about it, I'm thirsty. Ew. Come on, give up the juice.
Hi, what's going on here?
Nothing. You didn't cut out that.
My family
wanted to.
Hi, what's going on here?
Nothing. You didn't cut out that part.
Why are you sitting on the floor of the set?
Because we are.
We got some very pretty cheerleaders here today. Here's cheerleader number 1. That's one pretty cheerleader.
What's up with this?
Stand up there. You go, boy.
Alright, I wrote this whole conversation that we're having right now.
It's a spark into my classroom and demand to take children away without proper.
I run a television network.
Oh, help yourself.
Comfortable woman right there in the oh my gosh.
Would cannibalize me? I'd sacrifice myself for the rest of the cast.
What are they doing?
Him because he'd sacrifice himself for the rest of the cast.
Are they like fighting? I'm not. Or cheering? A cheer fight? Ugh, give me an out. Like, at the request of the director. We're going to talk about some of the most uncomfortable and inappropriate moments in this show. Jamie Lynn, creepy producers, the innuendo is, it's pretty much a suggestion, an inappropriate one.
You're like a wizard with scissors. I'm gonna call you the Scissor Wizard. No, you're not.
Sorry. You can stay here. Even take a digital picture of my bra.
Why even write that in? My first video about Zoe 101, weird pictures of her and Dan, and actually Dan wrote Quinn's part after meeting Aaron. So in working these past few years, her Nickelodeon roles is just fake and made up stuff, when in fact I have actually talked to direct people who have interacted with this man and things have gone down.
The problem is people went along with the point of view, unfortunately, that abided something that was a lie. We are responsible for seeking the truth. We are responsible for our own point of view. We aren't told often that ours matters enough to question ourselves enough. I just did a movie about this very thing, and it was one of my delightful pleasures in my life that I got to act this role. Because The Vanished was a movie that was two movies at the same time. And why I found that to be so significant in my artistry was to be able to show what it looks like to be told the same story, but because of point of view, we miss the truth and the facts. That's the story of my life. And I have been dealing with that and on trying to understand that, comprehend that, which took my intelligence to come into why we would ever try to bury somebody who spoke about love.
People were coming forward and telling, because they were afraid to.
Fear. Fear has a very big force. It's not as big as love's, obviously. But I do want to say, you teased about this before, but that I was the original canceled. And I am going to be the original uncanceled. I am uncanceled today. I am finished with that. This is what I say. Goodbye. Watch out. You're fucked.
Ran into the depot, baby, only 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in a cave up. Who wants to pray to the devil?
Yeah, I said that all the time. Like, if you look at what's the dude with the whistle in the Family Guy, or they have those dudes in different shows where they joke with the pedo shit. They do it with the devil. They do it with many different things that we would consider like the forbidden fruit, where they play with those things in our face and make it more acceptable through comedy and through entertainment. But it's really sick when you really think about, as a child, we start dabbling in these ideas and principles, honestly. And like, these are like, honestly, when I say principles, because these things come from like crazy foundations that we don't really be understanding the magnitude of it, especially when we getting it from a young age. Like, we start to be able to be more rebellious to things that we probably shouldn't be rebellious towards, like, you know, traditional ideas and things like that. And it's through certain shit that they push through us as kids. Like, it's all hand in hand. Like, it's a very slippery slope. Very slippery slope. It's like you be more accepting because you've seen it as a kid. You're more willing to look the other way because it's been constantly in your face when it really shouldn't have been. And then there's so many other things that's a ripple effect from just that. See if we can finish up, man. We ain't got here so far. We ain't got this far.
Sculpted. I did not understand how things were manipulated. I was a young and aren't told often to.
Who wants to pray to the devil with me? I'm running, but I take my time. A friend of the devil is a friend of mine. I get home.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with? with the chief commander. On this earth? And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
All the good girls go to hell.
People sell their souls to this devil because of money, and he really does give them money. But at the end of the contract, yeah, that's why Jesus said, what would it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
All right, so when you went there, the friend who took you there, what were you supposed to get from that particular shop?
So,
in particular, that was going to help your career grow.
Yeah, so Crystal took me to that shop, and what she said was, this man is going to initiate you, he's going to baptize you into the brotherhood. And then after he baptizes you, things are going to start going your way.
When you left prison and you got out and you started chasing fame and chasing clout, and then eventually you did chase money, do you feel like in that process you sold your soul at all?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No doubt about it. Hell yeah.
By understanding how human trafficking really works, you can make a difference in the life of someone at risk.
Hey, man. These documentaries keep coming out. And I think just like how R. Kelly was able to live his life or success for years and years, I think the same thing happened with Weinstein to a degree. But they get to live their life for years and years, and then a certain level of information come out, maybe even a documentary that's well put together, and it brings the whole house of cards down. And it's documentaries like this that, like I said, fucked over R. Kelly. R. Kelly was living his life just fine, and if it is bad as they say it is, he was involved in trafficking and all this different stuff. But I think R. Kelly was at the bottom of the totem pole when you think about some of these other people and how far they willing to go and what they willing to do. But I said I gotta get up out of here, get ready to go to this jizz up. It's been fun, man. It's been an interesting conversation. I hope you guys